This Week in Panther Athletics. I'm your host, Mike Sadler. This week, we're going to preview the upcoming wrestling season and speak with head wrestling coach Wayne Petterson. But first, let's take a look at the fall sports as they wrap up their regular season. Women's soccer's regular season and 2013-14 season came to a close this week. They dropped their final two games of the year and finished the season 4-11-1 overall and 3-9-1 in conference. They dropped a tough 4-1 match to their rival Allen on Saturday, and in their final match of the year, dropped a heartbreaking 5-4 contest on the road at Dodge. With their small roster squad, it was a successful season as she was able to get the first one under her belt. Men's soccer finished up their regular season as well. They posted an 0-2 record as well this week. They dropped a close one to Allen, where they saw themselves play much of the match down a man after drawing a red card early in the match, and they fell 3-1 to Allen, and then dropped another one 3-0 at Dodge on Wednesday, where they gave up 2 own goals. But the men have advanced to the Region 6 playoffs, where they will travel to Barton this coming Sunday at 2 p.m. to take on the Cougars. Volleyball went 1-1 in the week with a tough loss on the road to NJCAA number 3 ranked Johnson County. They dropped that one 3-0, but bounced back and Wednesday night won a hard-fought 5-set match against Allen on the road. The women have one final regular season contest coming up. That'll be November 7th when they host Friends before they get set to take on Butler in the first round of the district tournament. But now let's fast forward. The fall seasons are ending, and now it's time to talk wrestling, and so we're happy to have Coach Petterson join us. Coach, thanks for coming in today.
No problem, thank you.
Now, the wrestling team is poised to do something this year that hasn't been done in the history of the program. Back-to-back seasons, you've had national champions. It was Jeff Vesta, who was an All-American as a freshman, won a national championship as a sophomore. Leroy Barnes, All-American as a freshman, won a national championship as a sophomore. Last season, it was Tim Prescott that was an All-American. He's your chance right now to continue that tradition and get you that third straight national champion. Talk a little bit about Tim and who some of the other returners you have coming in that give you a chance to do that this year.
Yeah, that's right on with Tim, and that's one of the reasons we got him here. Part of the process was that, with Jeff Vesta and Leroy Barnes doing what they did, and now he's kind of following up the same footsteps there. So obviously his goals are high, our goals are high for him, and so yeah, we're looking at hopefully setting a record here, we hope, this year. It's something that's never been done, and looking for 3 years in a row with the individual national champs. So we're excited about it. We like what Tim's doing, and we think he's one of those guys that could be a contender.
Now, one of your sophomores who obviously had a great freshman year, who are some other people who stepped forward of your returners to help lead here in the early going as you get ready to kick off the regular season?
At this point in time of the season, we have a number of guys we really like. We think that are going to be potential noisemakers at the national tournament come February. One would be Lamel Johnson, who's a freshman at 133 from Waynesville, Missouri. Another would be 174-pounder J.J. Philippek from Warrenton, Missouri. Then we have transfer who's eligible right away at 184, Austin Warren. Came in from Wren Lake, Illinois, and so he's eligible immediately. He's a really good-looking guy at 184. And then Dylan Archer was a big pickup for us at 197, freshman from Newton, Kansas. And at this point in time, we'd like to, just go through the whole roster, but those guys are really standing up for us. And there'll be some others. We're looking forward to that, but those guys right there are the guys who watch.
So some new faces that really are going to be counted on to help you shoulder the load of this upcoming season. Now, looking at the schedule, you get started and you go hot and heavy. We've got Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, it's bang, bang, bang. So talk a little bit about the upcoming schedule and kind of how you approach those early season matches.
Well, that's definitely a challenge for us. Saturday we wrestle Northwest Tech out of Goodland. They're one of our regional foes. They're an up-and-coming program. And so that we think that'll be a good test for our guys. Sunday, the following day, again, we do a back-to-back weigh-in, so that's always a challenge. And Baker's a decent tournament to start out with. That's why we go to that every year, and we look for some good performances there. Then we threw in another challenge when we could get these two teams together and come here. We're going to host Arkansas Baptist and Whitworth Military on Tuesday afternoon. So we've been working with the guys on trying to realize what's in front of them here this weekend and Tuesday with 3 weigh-ins in 4 days, which is, that in itself is a challenge, let alone mixing it up with several different opponents in 3 out of 4 days as well.
So it'll definitely be a test for these freshmen as they adjust to college wrestling, that hectic schedule early on, but it should give you a good measuring stick for where you are. Any other things you want to share about the upcoming season, or things fans need to know?
Well, I just think it's a good opportunity for wrestling enthusiasts to come out and see what we have, because we really think the past couple of years, you know, we've always had 2, 3 good guys, things like that. This year we're more like 6, 7, 8 guys that are really good, and we've mixed it up too. The lower weights are good, the upper weights are good, so it's a good variety and a good balance. So I think that's a great opportunity for the people. And then we get through this weekend, we get a little bit of a break, and then we really started in the meat of our schedule with Labette and NEO and then the big open tournaments. So yeah, they're going to be challenged this weekend, but we challenge them all the time.
Well, sounds good. Well, Coach, thank you for coming in. Remember, Saturday night, Saturday night, 6 o'clock, wrestling will be in action, and then again they'll be back at it Tuesday at 2 o'clock when they host Arkansas Baptist and Wentworth. But also have basketball coming up. Men's basketball will open their regular season Friday night at 7:30 when they host Ottawa University. And we've got wrestling Saturday, men's and women's basketball back in action on Monday as women open up and men get their second game with 5:30 tip-off for the women, men at 7:30, wrestling at 7:30, volleyball with their final home match of the year on Friday night. So a busy week in Panther athletics as we get that overlap between men's sports and women's sports, fall and spring, all kind of going on at one time. So great time to be a Panther fan. Coach, thanks for joining us. Best of luck as you get the season started. And for Coach Wayne Petterson and Mike Sadler, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.